Shotty, don't do that, bro. Shotty, bro, stop. Don't do that, bro. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Good evening. A New Mexico cop got himself into trouble after Homeland Security says he took the bait in an undercover sting. News 13's Jeannie Nguyen is here with details. Jeannie?
Dean Ruidoso police officer Daniel Balding was arrested last week after state police got a call from Homeland Security that he was engaging in sexually explicit conversations with an undercover agent posing as an underage girl.
In dealing with these kind of situations, you never can prepare for them. We just try to make sure we do the best we can.
According to an arrest warrant, state police was contacted by an agent with the Department of Homeland Security in Minnesota. An agent was posing as a 15-year-old on the app Whisper, looking for guys in uniform. That's when they say Officer Balding responded with a picture of himself in uniform in his police car. The agent told Balding she was 15 years old, but Balding allegedly continued with the conversation, even requesting nude photos and proposing to have sex with the girl and her underage friend. Balding's wife, Allison, agreed to speak with News 13 on the phone. She insists the allegations against her husband are not true.
I don't believe that my husband is capable of having any sexual relations with an underage girl. We have a 4-year-old daughter, and he is not that type of person.
On Wednesday, the Law Enforcement Academy sent this letter to Balding, suspending his law enforcement license following his arrest. Balding has been charged with a 4th-degree felony of child solicitation. A judge has released him on his own recognizance. Dean, back to you.
All right, Jeannie, thank you. Officer Balding has been with the department for 4 years. He is now on paid leave.
A former Bullitt County deputy is charged with disturbing crimes, including sexual exploitation of children. Tonight, he is behind bars.
News 3's Khalil Maycock spent the day digging deeper into this case. He shares what he learned in our top story.
Former Sergeant Travis Teen was arrested by a federal fugitive task force Thursday and booked into the Bullitt County Jail. Behind me, this is 43-year-old Teen. He was tasked with protecting the community. Now he's charged with sexual exploitation of children and possession of child pornography. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation began looking into Teen after a request from the Bullitt County Sheriff following molestation allegations. Investigators say he was in possession of child pornography and was arrested soon after. The case leaves Bullitt County residents with mixed emotions.
Did you know that there was a Bullitt County Sheriff's officer who was arrested in relation to child pornography?
I actually did not. That is a great shock to me.
I mean, this is an issue all over the country. Nothing shocks me anymore, really, to be honest.
September 2018 marked 17 years Teen worked for the Bullitt County Sheriff's Office. According to GBI, he resigned this week. One neighbor tells me as a parent, he can't believe someone would do this, and it's upsetting to see a member of law enforcement break their oath to serve and protect.
To breach an oath like that, that's just, taken so seriously by our law enforcement agencies like that. It just, I think it would be a great disrespect. That's a great detriment. That could be a setback.
Toole tells News 3 he's not sure what can be done to stop people from hurting children, but something needs to change to make the community feel our youth is protected.
Child pornography shouldn't happen, period. Whenever it's anyone in government service, that is a concern for the community.
Travis Teen is being held without bond. In Statesboro, Khalil Maycock, WSAV News.
Now, former Bullitt County deputy behind bars after being suspected of owning child porn. Authorities arrested Travis Tunji yesterday after the Georgia Bureau of Investigation found evidence he was in possession of illegal materials. He's also accused of child molestation, which is why the GBI began investigating him in the first place.
Tonight, this Cleveland police officer has been arrested and charged with horrible crimes involving a 12-year-old girl.
The accusations include sex crimes and attempted kidnapping, trying to lure the child into his car. Good evening, I'm Sarah Schuckman.
And I'm Russ Mitchell. Betsy and Jim are off tonight. Tiffany Tropley spoke with the officer's mother.
We are learning more about 34-year-old Cleveland police officer Solomon Niwatiwa. Our camera rolling as we approach the home listed on online court records in connection with this case.
Hi, my name is Tiffany. I work for Channel 3. Does Solomon live here?
The woman who answered the door told me he doesn't live here, but she is his mother.
So I'm going to go support and just pray for him.
Have you spoken with him?
I'm going to go see him.
Oh, you're going to go see
the procedures of what to do to go see him.
Niwatiwa is being held in the Euclid City Jail. Prosecutors say Friday he was off duty when he drove past a 12-year-old girl who was on Euclid Avenue waiting to catch the bus and asked if she needed a ride. She refused. He drove off, but investigators say he came back a minute later, parked his car, went up to her, exposed himself, and began urinating on the victim. The entire time, they say, it appeared he was using his cell phone to record himself.
And are you shocked? Are you surprised?
You know, I mean, we raise our children and we do the best we can, and that's what we do as mommies. If you're a mommy, you know.
Mom didn't want to say too much, but her son is now facing 8 counts, including attempted kidnapping, endangering children, and assault. In a statement, Cuyahoga County Prosecutor Mike O'Malley says these actions are impossible to comprehend, and his office will hold him accountable and ensure that he never holds the position of police officer again.
And Tiffany, again, the accused is a Cleveland police officer. What's the department saying about this tonight?
Well, Sarah, they really aren't saying a whole lot. I mean, we know that he's been suspended without pay pending the outcome of this case. They also tell us that he was hired back in March of 2014. As for the prosecutor's office, they say he will be arraigned Monday morning at the Cuyahoga County Justice Center.
All right, Tiffany Tarpley in Cleveland tonight. Thanks.
Well, I actually met Luis around 12 o'clock today.
Little did Stanley Malloy know Luis was this man, Luis Maldonado, an officer with the Oklahoma City Police Department.
Yeah, I thought something was wrong because he was in his car. I thought it was hot because he laid the seat all the way back and had it running. So I didn't think nothing of it. But after all the police came and everything, I put 2 and 2 together. I said, oh, he laid the seat back because he didn't want nobody to see him.
Less than an hour later on Thursday, countless cop cars swarmed the Southern Oaks apartments on South Woodward Avenue. Malloy's security camera catching an officer with a gang unit walking by. A few minutes later, Maldonado put in handcuffs.
Be like, whoa, what are you thinking about, man? You can't do that.
3 hours after that, the Oklahoma City Police Department calls a surprise news conference, giving a 26-minute notice to Metro news stations to get down to police headquarters.
The Oklahoma City Police Department investigators became aware of a possible domestic incident involving one of our police officers.
Police say the crack in the case came when a detective got a tip, but could give few other details.
I'm not going to go into any detail on the injuries or anything like that.
Maldonado was booked into the Oklahoma County Jail on a long list of charges, including kidnapping, domestic assault and battery, threatening an act of violence, and forcible sodomy. All of it allegedly taking place in front of a child.
And just because a police officer is involved doesn't mean that we're not going to handle it the same way.
They're supposed to be protecting us, but hey, it is what it is. They're a man.
Maldonado is on paid administrative leave right now. His bond will be set when he appears in front of a judge. At the Oklahoma County Jail, Peyton Yeager, Oklahoma's News 4.
A former trooper with the Arizona Department of Public Safety has been arrested in connection to a series of sexual abuse allegations. Tremaine Jackson is accused of sexually assaulting 8 women during traffic stops in Central Phoenix. The 43-year-old now faces 61 charges related to sexual abuse and exploitation. Carissa Planalp from our CBS affiliate KPHO TV in Phoenix has the latest.
When one of our own betrays public trust or breaks the law, we respond swiftly and without regret.
DPS Director Frank Milstead says it all started with a complaint in May where a woman alleged Trooper Tremaine Jackson had made inappropriate comments. Then came a much more serious allegation the following month.
This one also alleging inappropriate commentary and then also criminal behavior to the extent of sexual abuse.
DPS put Jackson on leave and began reviewing his past traffic stops. Milstead says investigators discovered a total of 8 women who had disturbing experiences with the now fired trooper.
He was using his positional authority to extort sexual favor.
I believe they said this is the police and come out.
Some residents in Jackson's Buckeye neighborhood overheard the arrest this morning. Neighbors say the family had lived there only a couple of weeks. The allegations made against a law enforcement official very concerning.
I've heard about this kind of thing going on and I just didn't think it would happen right next door to my own house.
Don't do that, bro. Shotty, bro, stop. Don't do that, bro. Don't do it. Don't do it, man.